Hello everyone. Today I will talk about this issue. This issue is meaning cost to cut a stack. And from the description, and I strongly feel this is a DP problem. And for the DP problem, this is a range DP problem. And I can consider it for every ij. I will use C++. From for the range, and for I and j, ij range, and I need to check the cut between the I and j, the cut operation for every cut the k, and I can divide the as a sub problem from I and k, from k and j, and the cost. This is two subsystem sub issues, and for every sub issues, and for every k, and the cost is j and I, j plus I. The cost is range length. So we can define the dp definition. dp ij. I will copy this one. The minimum, the total cost of the cut, and between from the range between cut I and cut j. Ij is the index of the cut array, and for the converge formula is from a smaller problem and extend to larger problem. This is range DP problem characteristic, and the two smaller problem is this one between the cut I and the cut k, and also please refer first the cost. Total cost when you cut it will split two smaller. It's two smaller, and k and j. The smaller problem, that means the minimum total cost. The two smaller problem cost, and the current cost plus the current cost. Current cost is the for this range length. This cut I from I and j. Cut I is a number. Cut j is another number, another index of the stick index, stick length, and the cut I cut j. This is transfer formula from the smaller problem to the extend the whole large range problem, and I can to implement the DP problem. So from when the cut for the cut, I need to add the start index and the end index. Insert cut in the beginning and 0. So first the cut need to be short cut. Beginning cut end. So cut will be in the start, add the start point in the start operation, add the end point into the end operation, and this will cut current cut size, this one, and I will define a dp or to dp equals stor. This is two-dimensional array. Two-dimensional array is int. Int the first value. Int is m. Stor. Int m. The initial value. I should use maybe it's int max plus 2. For the general dp range dp, I will use the first loop is from the length. Then will be go the length start point, length start and length end. Length is m length. For first is the start point, the left boundary point. Left boundary equals I for the end point, mem and I. So the end point, I will write the left and the right range, and it is inclusively. For I will continue to check the middle point. This will for the k is from I plus 1, I plus 2, j minus 1, because k is not equals I and j in the middle. K equals I plus 1, k minus k plus minus j. So the dp will be changed. Use this one. dp is minimum. dp ij get the current minimum value. So cost current cost is cost j plus minus cost I. Minus cost I. This will be get so the final result is largest range. Largest range is from the 0 to the endpoint, and the initial value is for length and j go this one. For the length is means if the stake left and right only has a one difference and it's no cost. I will to check this one is 0. Is int I equals I plus 1 minus is from this one is has only one difference, and from the length is has one difference. The length is 2, so the length can from the 3 length is 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the length is has 3 point. Has 3 point is okay. And this is initialized value. I will try it. So I will try more test case. Try this. Maybe it's possible. So right now this solution, this method is passed all the test case. So I will summarize this method. This method is a classical. Use a classical range dynamic program. This program has 2 key points. One key point is to define the DP definition. Definition is a range from left and the right boundary inclusively to define it. And the second point is to get the convert formula. The formula is from the this key point is up to bottom, and it's first to solve the smaller range problem, and then based on the smaller problem and to extend more larger range problem. When I get after I get the transfer formulation, and the next important point is to use the template for loop to solve the problem. This for loop generally has a three loop. The first loop is the first level start loop start from the length, define the length to ensure the range length, and the second loop is the start point, left point, and then I need to define the end point. For the end point, the last for loop is to loop the middle point between the start point and the end point, and then to get the current DP value from the smaller left point and the smaller range generated by left point and the right point. So the current DP is depends the smaller range for I from I to K or from K to J. So hope that my explanation is clear. And for this range, the DP it has so many problems, and I need to use a more video to explain it. Thank you very much.